Hello, fifth graders. Hopefully everything is going well for you this morning. Okay, so today our lesson for mathematics is on simplifying expressions. Okay, so some of you may be wondering what that means. So I'm going to teach that to you right now, and hopefully it'll make life a lot easier for you when you do the assignment for today. Okay, so first thing first, the most important thing with simplifying expressions, what you're doing is you're either when you're simplifying it, you're coming up with the answer, or if there's variables like A's and B's and C's, you're combining like terms, okay? But for today's lesson, what you're doing is you're solving it, okay? So you're solving the expression. Now, an expression is only different from an equation because it doesn't have an equal sign. That's what it is, okay? So an expression is just a list of operations with no equal sign. Pretty simple, yes? Okay, so most important thing with doing simplifying expressions, okay? I will say this once, I'll say it twice, I'll say it 3 times. You have got to follow the order of operations, okay? I'm going to say it 2 more times. You have got to follow the order of operations. You have to follow the order of operations, okay? So let's review the order of operations super quickly. The first thing that has to be done based on the order of operations. Now, order of operations, we covered this yesterday, but the order of operations essentially is telling you exactly what needs to be done first, then second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. Okay, so if you have a list of operations that need to be done, the first thing that has to be done is anything that is in parentheses. Okay, so if you have anything in parentheses, you have to do that one first. Okay, so you have to solve that section of the expression first. Okay, the next thing is exponents, which at this level in 5th grade, you don't have exponents in this unit, so don't worry about that yet, but exponents are like 10 to the power of 3. The 3 is the exponent, okay? So, but don't worry about that right now. The next thing is multiplication and division from left to right, okay? So after you've done the parentheses, after you've done exponents, then you do the multiplication and division from left to right, okay? And then after that, then you can solve addition and subtraction, okay? So it's PEMDAS. So parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, and adding and subtraction, okay? Those are the ways you have to do it. The reason why I bring this up is because last night, as I was grading your assignments, there are still several of you that are looking at it as, when you're looking at expressions, you're starting from the left-hand side and you're just starting at the left. You're not paying attention to the order of operations. If you ignore the order of operations, the majority of the time your answer is going to be wrong, okay? So make sure that you're following the order of operations. Okay, so let's jump in. Let's do some examples of what we're talking about, and then I'll let you go and you can have fun doing the assignment. Okay, so the first one I'm going to cover, this is actually number 1 on the assignment. It says this. So it says 15, and then it says divided by 3 times 5 plus 4. Okay, so here we go. Here's my expression, right? And I know it's an expression because it doesn't have a equal sign. You're so smart, okay? So since it doesn't have an equal sign, this is what we call an expression. I'm going to simplify it, which means what I'm going to do, since I have no variables, I am going to solve it. I'm going to come up with the answer. Okay, so what do I do first? Okay, so if I'm following the order of operations, the first thing that I do is I look for anything in parentheses. Do I have parentheses? Bingo, I do, right here. So I'm going to solve this portion first, right? So this portion says in parentheses 3 multiplied by 5, right? So that is going to be done first. So 3 multiplied by 5 is Bingo, 15. Okay, so I'm going to answer that first, all right? Let me get my markers out. Here we go. So I'm going to do it. And every time I do a section, I just rewrite it because I just do. It helps me stay on track, okay? All right, so now I've simplified the part that's in the parentheses, right? Now I need to go on to the next part. So the next part says, I do parentheses, then I do exponents. I don't see any exponents, do you? Nope, because there isn't any. And then I go and I do multiplication and division from left to right. So in here, do I have any multiplication and division? Yes, I do. I have it right here, right? So I'm going to take care of this operation first, right? So now next, I should say. So 15 divided by 5 gives me, ding, 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 1. Love it. Okay, so now I have this, and now I'm down to this, right? All right, so now I've simplified it, right? I've gotten the division section done. Now I have 1. And then I'm adding 4. So my answer should be, you got it, 5. You guys are too smart, okay? All right, so this was, I believe this is number 1 on your assignment, okay? So if you miss it, I don't know what to tell you because I just gave you the answer. All right, I'm gonna do a couple more with you, okay? Because I know this is new stuff, right? But it's not impossible if you just follow the order of operations, okay? I promise it will become your best friend. The more you use it, the better you get at it, okay? So here's my next problem. My next problem says this. It has 0.6, and then there's a division sign. All right, here we go. So here's my expression, right? I know it's an expression because it has nothing for an equal sign, right? There's no equal sign, so that means it's an expression. And I'm going to follow the order of operations, okay? So order of operations, number 1 is parentheses. Do I have anything in parentheses? Yes, I do. I have these first, right? So I have to do these two. I have to do this operation first. So 0 plus 1 plus 0 plus 1. Wait, 0.1. I'm sorry. 0.1 plus 0.1, and that gives me, ding, 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 0.2, right? So here we go. Going to do this. Now I have 0.2. I have 0.6. Okay. Now I do multiplication or division. Do I have multiplication or division? I do. That is what I have, right? So this is what it looks like. I have 0.2 divided into, sorry. So 0.6 divided by 0.2. Now this is a quick review of division of decimal numbers, okay? So remember our 3 special steps, right? Step 1, when you're dividing decimals, is you look at your divisor, right? Is there a decimal in the divisor? Yes, there is. I can't have a decimal in the divisor, can I? So I have to move it out. So if I'm going to move it out, right, I have to move my decimal 1 place here. Here, I'll try and do it like this. Right? So I move it to the end, and what I do, so that's what I do to this side, I have to do to this side. Right? So I moved it 1 place value over this way on this side to get it out of the number, and I moved it 1 place value here. So now my problem is no longer 0.2 into 0.6. My problem is now 2 into 6. Okay, so here we go. Gonna solve that. And that answer is 3. Very good. okay? So your answer for that entire expression is 3. Very good. Here we go. There it is. Okay, let's do 2 more, and then I feel confident that you're going to do amazing on this assignment. Okay, just remember those steps that we went over. I know a lot of you don't have your math notebooks because you're at home. Oh, I have tape on my shirt. But try and do your best to remember, okay? So here we go. This next one, it's a little tricky. Can you do it? Can you? I think you can. I think that you can. That should be what I said. All right, so 13, 18. Okay, so here it says, this is my expression. There's no equal sign, so it is an expression. Now, do I have any parentheses? Nope. Do I have any exponents? Nope. Do I have any multiplication? Nope. Do I have any division? Nope. Do I have addition and subtraction? Yes. Okay, so remember how I told you in yesterday's lesson that adding and subtracting are related, right? And so when we're doing the order of operations, they're done at the same time, okay? So you would just do them at the same time. So you would start from the left side of the paper and go to the right, okay? So here we go. So here's my problem. 13 plus 18, subtract 4 plus 21, okay? Since I'm going from left to right, I'm just going to start right here, okay? So 13 plus 18. So I'm going to tackle this one first, right? Because it just makes sense to me, okay? So 13 plus 18, right? I have this, right? And 3 plus 8 is 11. So I'm going to carry my 1 up here. And 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. Right? Cool. So now I'm going to move this. So now I have 31 minus 4 plus 21. Okay. All right. Here I go. Are you guys ready? This is like so fun, right? I know you're loving it. Okay. Here we go. So now I'm still just dealing with addition and subtraction. And since they're related, I'm going to move from left to right, okay? So here we go. 31 subtract 4 is the next part, right? So I'm going to subtract 31 and 4. Well, 4 from 31. And I have to regroup, right? So this will become a 2 because I can't take 4 away from 1, right? 11 subtract 4 is 7. And 2 subtract nothing is 2. Okay, so now my problem looks like this. Now it's 27 plus 21. Okay? Right? And now I just add those two numbers together, okay? Does this sound really simple? I think so. I hope so. But if it's not, remember, I'm going to be on Zoom today from 9 until 12:30, and then again, or 9 until 11:30, and then from 12:30 to 2. Okay, so if you have questions, hop on Zoom. I will be there, and I will answer any questions that you have. Okay, so here we go. So, but right now I'm just going to finish solving this. 27, add 21, and I'm going to get 7 plus 1 is 8. 2 plus 2 is 4. So if I simplified that expression, I would get 48. Okay. All right. Now this last one, I'm actually really excited about this one. Because guess why? Are you ready? Because it is fractions, and everybody knows that Mrs. Nadel loves fractions so much. It's almost disgusting. Okay, so here's our next expression. And I think this is number 9 on your assignment, but I could be wrong. Okay, so here it is, right? Here we go. Do I have, all right, so now I'm going to go back. I'm going to simplify. First thing I think of is my order of operations. Do I have any parentheses? Nope. Do I have any exponents? Nope. Do I have any multiplication? Yep. Bing! Right there, right? So I'm going to do that section first. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to do that section first. So when I multiply a fraction and a whole number, my 2 is a whole number, right? So I'm going to put 2, and I want it to kind of match. Even, I just want it to have a denominator 2. So 2, if I need a denominator, I'm going to put 1, right? Because 2 is a whole number, so its denominator is 1. I'm going to multiply these straight across. Right? Here we go. So I have 2 times 1 equals 2, and 1 times 8 equals 8. So here we go, right? Hopefully that is a quick review. So now I have this. I have here's my new problem. 1/2 subtract 2/8. Okay, so this is my expression now. Okay, now this is where Mrs. Nadel gets like super excited. Okay, I'm not going to hyperventilate, but I am going to get really excited because we have worked on this so much. And I know that my 5th graders are really smart, so this shouldn't be too difficult. But if it is, remember, I'm on Zoom today. You can ask me questions. But the biggest thing is you have to remember, okay, I have to revisit my expression. Is there anything that I need to do before I do this? Nope, right? I've already taken care of the parentheses, exponents, multiplication, and division. And now I'm on addition and subtraction, okay? So here we go. I need to subtract 1/2. I need to take 2/8 away from 1/2. Okay, so this is back to the beginning of 5th grade, okay? You have got to make sure that you remember what those steps were, right? There's 4 special steps when we're adding or subtracting fractions. If you need a review, there is a review video on my YouTube channel, okay? But essentially, I need to check my denominators, right? Make sure they're the same. They have to be the same. In this case, they are not the same. That was step 1. Step 2 is I find the lowest common multiple so I can have the lowest common denominator. So here I go. I'm going to find out what my lowest common multiple is. Okay, so for 2, multiples of 2 are 2, 4, 6, 8. Right? Multiples of 8 are 8, 16, 24. Now, do you guys see anything that's in common between this list of numbers and this list of numbers? Ding, ding, ding. Look at that cute little 8 right there. Okay, so 8 is going to be my lowest common multiple. So it's going to be my new denominator. Okay, so now I'm going to have, my denominator is going to be 8, right? So here's 8 and 8. And what did I do to 2 to make it turn into 8? I multiplied it by 1, 2, 3, 4. I times it by 4. So what I do to this to make this turn into 8, right? I multiplied it by 4. So I have to multiply the numerator by 4, right? So then I get 4 eighths, subtract 2 eighths, right? Because I didn't have to do anything to this, right? It's already in, right? And my answer will be 4 eighths subtract 2 eighths, and that's going to give me 2 eighths. Okay, so you can simplify that even more, right? Because I can divide both 2 and 8 by 2, right? So it would be 1/4. So if you put 2 eighths or if you put 1/4 as your answer, you're correct. All right, guys, best of luck. You're gonna have fun. And I was gonna ask my kids to give me a number between 1 and 16. Hold on one second. Jake, Joey, give me a number between 1 and 16.
7.
Joey says you have to pick 7 problems, okay? So you only have to do 7 problems on that assignment, okay? Best of luck. See you guys.